Hey everybody, welcome back. I want to give a quick update on the MLB The Show 20 Players League. For those of you guys who are like me and are looking for something to keep them entertained, since there aren't really any live action sports, at least baseball anyway, really not much of anything going on right now. On MLB.com, they have the Players League, which has finally wrapped up its regular season. You can click on this article if you really want to look at a recap of what happened this season. They have some awards you can vote on for the best player, best moments, MVP, things like that. It's actually a pretty entertaining article, and it'll give you a good look at some of there's Brett Phillips and his crazy laugh. Uh, some of the highlights, if you're just someone who isn't really that interested in getting a big, in-depth look at it, but just wants to see some of the highlights and some of the funny moments, this would maybe be a good article to look at on MLB.com. But otherwise, if you want a quick preview, here are the final standings. Let me scroll down. The top 8 players made the playoffs, and you can see Blake Snell and Joey Gallo were kind of head and shoulders the class of the league, at least in the regular season. Bo Bichette and Jeff McNeil, some younger players, came out in 3rd and 4th spot. Their records were tied, but the tiebreaker was most runs scored on offense, and so Bichette is the number 3 seed. Dwight Smith Jr. impressed everybody playing with a roster that's not very talented. The Baltimore Orioles roster went 19-10, and he has been interviewed and said he's played this game quite a bit for the last couple of years. So he had a lot of experience, and that experience really helped him get a good record, even though his roster isn't that strong. Lucas G Alito snuck in on the last day of the playoffs with a good win over Amir Garrett from Cincinnati. And then Ian Happ went insane the last couple weeks. I think he won 10 of his last 11 or 11 of his last 12 games and stormed into the playoffs and taken a spot away from Tommy Kahnle here. Gavin Luck was way up here in like the number 3 and 4 spot, but he lost his last 3 games and was almost out of playoff contention there. There were some possibilities where he wouldn't have made the playoffs, but he snuck in the 8th spot on the tie 4-way tiebreaker here. You can see all these guys were very close. Tommy Kahnle, Trevor May, who was the commissioner of the league, Josh Hader played really well, Tatis, and all these other guys really did well. They had a lot of competition, a lot of parity. There were only a few players you see down here, David Dahl and Eduardo Rodriguez, who were really kind of overmatched a little bit just because they were inexperienced, not because they're horrible players or anything. So those are your top 8. And so you can see right here, they've got a YouTube video you can watch if you really want. It's going to preview the postseason. The playoffs start tomorrow, Friday, May 1st on FS1. And then these are going to be best of 3 series. So you're going to have Snell against Lux in a 1 versus 8 battle. They'll play a best of 3 tomorrow night on FS1 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. out on the West Coast. Dwight Smith Jr. and Jeff McNeil. That'll be an exciting matchup. They'll play a best of 3, and they're playing 3-inning games, so it's not going to take too long. It'll take them maybe, an hour and a half to finish their series at the most. And then on April 2nd, I believe it says, or I keep saying April, shows you how messed up my days are. Here you go. Saturday, May the 2nd at 2 p.m. on ESPN2, you'll get this right-hand side, Gallo versus Happ, G Alito versus Bichette. And then Saturday night on FS1, you'll get the semifinal over here on the left-hand side, whoever wins. And then eventually on May 3rd on ESPN will be the championship, and the championship series will be a best of 5. So be looking for that this weekend, guys. If you're looking for something to do, you can see here's the schedule right here. Just my personal opinion, my predictions. Blake Snell is probably the most accomplished player. I think he should be able to beat Lux. I like Dwight Smith to beat McNeil. And then I think Snell will probably make the championship game. On the right-hand side of the bracket, it's going to be close. I think maybe Bichette, although don't look past Giolito. This will be a really good matchup. And I think Happ can give Gallo a scare, but I think Gallo will probably win. And then, you know what? I'm going to pick a Snell versus Bichette final, which I think Blake Snell should win. He is the best player. He has the most experience. But they're playing on kind of a lower difficulty. So that kind of mitigates his advantage where he could win on a higher difficulty really easily, but they're playing on a lower difficulty to give everyone a chance. And so it could be anyone's ball game. So there you have it, guys. You can check this out on MLB.com. You can click on this article and see some highlights. You can check out the bracket on here, MLB.com Players League. Hope you guys have a chance to watch if you're looking for something to be entertained by on FS1, ESPN2, or ESPN on May the 3rd. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.